and welcome back to my mini Christmas series. This is one of 4 little videos, so if you haven't seen any of the others, I would recommend having a look at those. Today we're going to make a little gift that you could give to a friend or your family, or you can make this for yourself as well, of course. So today we're going to be making these lovely eye masks for sleeping. They're super luxurious. They've got kind of padding so that it contours to your eyes and blocks out all the light. It's got this lovely gathered headband which is super comfy when you've got it on, and we've also got a layer inside of blackout blind so that no light is getting in. It's a really easy make, so even if you don't have very much sewing experience, you can definitely make one of these. All you need is some scrap fabric, some elastic, a ruler, some interfacing if you feel you need it, and some stuffing. And I've also added some blackout blind that I had left over just to make sure that no light is getting into this. Okay, oh, you'll also need a scrap of calico as well, or paper, so that we can make a pattern. Okay, let's get started then. So first we're going to start by making our sewing pattern. So just grab a piece of paper or a scrap of calico, and you're just going to first measure a straight line of about 18 to 20 centimetres. So I'm just going to draw a straight line, 20 centimetres. What I'm then going to do is find the centre of that line. So 10 centimetres on each side and mark the middle. From that middle point, you're going to square down by 10 centimetres. You're then going to make a point along that line of 4 centimetres down, and you're going to draw it 2 centimetres across. So far what you should have is something that looks like this. Now it's really up to you what you do next, because the next step is to draw the shape of the eye mask. So you can either make it very rounded, you could make it square, you can really do whatever you like. I think though I'm going to make mine quite square, so I'm just going to square down from the top line to about 10.5 centimetres, and the same on the other side. So far we've got a bit of a rectangle like so. So then what I'm going to do is from our nose bridge, I'm just going to come straight down, and the same on the other side, and join those up at the bottom. So we have a rectangle that looks like this. So now what you want to do is add seam allowance to all of your edges. I'm just going to put 1 centimetre all the way around. Okay, so if you're copying me, this is what we should have. Okay, so you also want to decide now where your mask is where the straps for your mask are going to go. I've put mine up here, so I've just marked on it where I want those to go. Okay, so now you can cut that out. And if you notice, I'm not going to cut out yet this part. We're going to do that once we've sewn it all together. So now you choose your fabric, get your elastic and get all your bits together. Okay, so now I have my scrap fabric. I've got about this much of the fabric I'm going to be using. but I won't need all of this. It's quite good to have a bit with quite a long part to it for making our strap. And I've also got my blackout blind scrap material, but this isn't essential. You really don't need it if you have a dark, especially if you have a darker, thicker fabric, it won't make a difference. Okay, so let's cut out our pattern. So first things first, let's cut the main body of the mask. So that's all of our eye mask pieces cut out, and now we want to cut the piece for the strap. So I'm just going to cut a long straight strip of fabric. You want it to be about double the size of the elastic that you're using, and make sure you measure around your head first to see that it will fit. So I'm wanting about double. So yeah, I want it all the way to the end of that. I'm just going to try and cut as straight a line as I can. That's our strap strip. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is to make our gathered strap. Firstly, what you want to do is to fold your strip in half lengthways, and you can press it so that it's completely in half and it's not going to move around too much. Okay, so that's been pressed nicely in half. And then what we're going to do is just at the top insert this into both sides, and we're going to sew it in, like sandwich it in. Okay, so now we have this long strip of our elastic down here, and what we want is our elastic inside of here. So we now need to turn this in the right way. Okay, so there we go. You just want to even out the gathers, you just want to stretch your elastic a bit, and as you can see, it makes all the gathers all lovely. So now we're going to put that to one side and bring back our mask. So unpin the pattern, and what you want to do, if you have, like I have this blackout material, if you have like a layer that you can draw on, mark on where your nose piece is going to go. So I'm going to cut out this nose piece now, so I can mark it onto the fabric. So first I'm just going to cut out one half of it because I want that centre point line as well. So line it all up like so, and I'm just going to draw in where the nose, where I need to sew for the nose piece. And the same on the other side. You also want to mark on, before you get rid of this, where the straps are going to go. Okay, so we've got our straps marked on and where we're sewing the nose piece marked on. So now bring your strap back, take the pin out, because we don't want too many pins. And what you want to do, pin your straps in place on the first layer, so leave the bottom layer where it is. And this is the second strap pinned in place. Okay, so this will then encase this onto the inside. So then put the right sides of your fabric together and start pinning round the edge. And I'm going to also pin around the nose so that we know where we're going to be sewing and nothing moves too much. So that's what we have. We've got our mask all pinned together. So now we can get the sewing machine out again. Okay, so the most important thing to remember when you're sewing this together is to leave a hole somewhere so that you can turn it back in the right way. So I'm going to do that by first, I'm going to open it up and first sew the strap onto just one side, not the front layer, not the back layer of the fabric, just the front layer of the fabric. And then once the strap's sewn on, I'll then start sewing the rest together, but that's where I'm going to leave my opening, just there. So that bit isn't going to get sewn together, if you see what I mean. So here goes. Okay, so we finished sewing our mask together, so the next thing to do is to trim out our nose piece, and that's going to be integral for how it sits. So get a pair of scissors, and what you want to do, actually I might use my pinking shears, and I'm just going to trim as close, kind of not as close, but quite close to that edge, that rounded edge. You just want to trim so you create a bit of space. You can also do this by doing classic triangles around the curve. So that's our nose cut out. Now we just need to turn it in the right way. So remember you had your hole, and mine is where the strap was, so I'm just going to be able to grab the strap and it's all going to pull on out, just like so. And then you want to go round, because at the moment it looks like this, you want to go round and get all of the corners looking lovely. Okay, so there's your mask. The next thing you're going to do is to just go and give it a good press. Okay, so I've just finished pressing the mask, and now we're going to do the penultimate step of stuffing it with padding. So you can either use scrap fabric if that's all you have, that's absolutely fine, or old wool, balls of wool, you know, anything you have on hand. I've got wadding that I got from an old cushion because we don't want to buy brand new plastic stuff really. So just stuff it in. Okay, I think that's enough. Final step, you just need to get the machine and seal off that opening. So there you have it, you've made a lovely eye mask, and it looks so comfy and cozy. And if you were on an aeroplane or a bus and you had this, oh, it'd just be so comforting. Or even in bed, I have one for myself that's padded like this, and when you put it on, it's just, oh yeah, it's really comforting and makes you feel all cozy. So there you go, that's another Matilda Makes little Christmas craft for you. If you do decide to make an eye mask for yourself, please remember to upload a picture to Instagram and tag me in it. I'd love to see what you make. So until next time, remember to look out for my other videos in this Christmas series, and happy Christmas. I'll see you soon.